Hey guys! So, yet another week, and to be honest, not that productive of a week for me in terms of playing. I think I got in maybe less than 10 hours of playing this week, and the reason, I don't know, I guess this week I was feeling a little bit unmotivated to play. Um, I spent a lot of time answering emails, to be honest with you. Um, and coaching and doing lots of other stuff. But basically, just I don't know. I think I sort of burned myself out the week before because I put in more hours than I had, in a long time. And man, I don't know. This week I just wasn't feeling it, um, but I did get a lot of interesting stuff done. I started the first video for my video series, and that went pretty well. There's still more work that needs to be done. It's going to be just on the HUD, and I need to do a little bit of research on it, a little bit more research on it. Specifically, I'm going to be adding in a section on uh, standard deviation and the level of confidence basically you can have in a stat based on its sample size, and because I think that's pretty interesting, especially in six max when you're looking at stats that converge, take a long time to converge. It's going to be really useful to know, what the different probabilities are of the stat being off. So yeah, so that's one thing I did this week, and working with my new a little bit of my new coaching style of exchanging videos with students, and I think that's working pretty well. I'm excited to see how it works out. I've got a couple of new students in the program. Welcome, guys. The training group is up and running, pretty strong, I think. And overall, things are pretty good. Today I found out that I'm going to be able to start withdrawing money from the site that I play on, which is great because as a professional poker player, it's nice to be able to withdraw money. um, if you guys aren't aware, as a U.S. player, it's really hard to get money off of sites. It takes, on average, about for Merge Network around 2 months to get money off of sites because check is really the only option, and on Cake it's like 3 months. And on Bodog, it doesn't take too long, but at the same time, Bodog doesn't allow HUDs, and all the tables are completely anonymous. So, there's not that many great options out there for American or professional poker players in America who stick around. But I've got something worked out right now, which is great. Um, and yeah, coaching's going pretty well, and I've got lots of potential deals in the work, people interested in hiring me. So overall, things are going pretty good. A couple of things that did discourage me in the last week or so, I'll tell you guys about it because I'm pretty upfront about basically everything. Um, and the thing is, or the thing that happened was I had two students who requested refunds, and one of them I know for sure was not the result of anything that I did. Um, he basically practiced some poor bankroll management and pretty much blew his role playing higher stakes than he should have been. And so that's not really anything too much I can do about it. And he requested a refund, and I decided that it's of course I'm going to give him a refund. I mean, it wasn't something that I had anticipated on, and it wasn't like easy for me financially because I had to wait for the money to come in from PayPal from a new student to pay him. But it was something that I had to do. But it was a little bit frustrating. It made me sad that because he was a really promising student that it didn't work out. But maybe in the future, and hopefully a lesson learned by him about bankroll management. I mean, and I guess it's something that I learned this week was like that, you know, that those sort of skills, like bankroll management skills, are something that maybe I should be asking questions of students about that early on, when I'm getting to know them a little bit better, so that I can test in certain areas that they're weak at. Because I had no idea that he had those kind of, that is a bankroll management, bad bankroll management is a leak in its own way, and that's something I could have helped him with. because I've been there. I pretty much, I've only played about a million hands of online poker, but I've been through a lot of the situations that most, players starting out have been through. So that was a little bit frustrating. But then I had another student who requested a refund, which I was also a little bit sad about because, I was enjoying coaching him, but there was a little bit of like a language barrier. He spoke English, but it was not. His English was I think making it hard for us to communicate. The sometimes very complex ideas that are in poker. So that made me a little bit sad as well. But I withdrew. I refunded his money as well. And I don't think that was, he went on a downswing as well. And again, I don't really think it was as a result of something I did as a coach. But, anytime, someone asked for a refund, at first it felt like it reflected on me, but, it's not like a big deal. Because, when I thought about it later, it doesn't really reflect on me. A little bit, but not that much. So, what was I going to say next? So, that brings up like the issue of how am I going to handle refunds in the future, and I've been talking a little bit about it with some people that I respect, my girlfriend being one of them, and I'm going to be coming up with a refund policy because I don't want to set a precedent that makes it so that people will buy large packages and then get a refund often. But at the same time, I want to be fair to those who do make mistakes. So. Yeah, that's that. So, what's new going forward? This next week, well, tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and I'm not usually like a big holiday kind of guy. My Taekwondo instructor was giving this exact speech today, but basically, I'm not like a big holiday guy. Like on Christmas, I don't buy people a lot of stuff. Not really a big fan of like big commercialized holidays. I think it's kind of just, I don't know. It's sort of it's all sort of synthetic, and it's just an excuse to buy stuff. But this I was gonna say Halloween. This Valentine's Day, I did decide to book a little short vacation for my girlfriend and I, and but it was because I had already booked it before, and we had to reschedule it, and I was like, oh, Valentine's Day, it sounds like a good idea. So we're going to Napa, which is pretty cool. If you guys don't know, Napa's like it's one of like the premier wine countries in the world. It's in Northern California. It's about an hour from where I live, and it's just beautiful. It's wine country, so it's like rolling hills and all these huge wineries that have wine tastings, and just a ridiculous amount of money is there. Just a lot, millions, perhaps even billions of dollars, seem to be everywhere. So it's a pretty cool place to go. It's expensive, but we're getting it for a decent price. But as far as poker goes, which is what I should be focused on, I'm also getting a little bit sick. But I'll show you guys what I had planned for this next week coming up. So, using ye old planning spreadsheet here. One of these days I'm going to make a video on my planning process. But so I have here the times that I have available. I've got 2 days blocked off because I'm going to be out of town. And the things I need to get done this week are playing. Need to get in 15 hours of play, or that's what I'm kind of setting as my goal. It's reasonable, I think. About 10 hours of actual coaching, with all the correspondence that goes along with it. That'll be around 14 hours. 5 hours of study, and so that's going to be broken down into doing some drills, getting coached. I'm going to set up a coaching session with my coach, and then also reviewing some of the sessions that I've had with my coach, which I've recorded and stuff like that. And then one planning and review session, and that's going to take up my time. So I've got about 39, actually a little bit less than that, because I've failed to plan for one thing, but okay, 36 and a half hours of available, and I have 30.75 desired hours worked, and I should really have 41.2 hours of work scheduled to get this desired hours, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that, and I don't really want to lower my goal for playing because I need to get hours in, you know? So, yeah, that's what that looks like, and I'll show you guys what the calendar looks like. So usually I don't show you guys my full calendar. Usually I just do like my whatever my poker related stuff is, but I'm not really too worried about internet stalkers out there or hackers finding my stuff because, well, if they're not, yeah, I just don't expect it. And if you're out there, good luck. I've been training, so you might, and I'm probably gonna get a gun soon, so. Anyway, so got a couple coaching sessions when I get back into town, teaching my friend how to drive, training, having lunch with my mom, rock climbing, playing, you know, doing some more workouts on Sunday, you know, playing, coaching, reviewing coaching, playing, sleeping, you know, really exciting life I live. So, yeah, that's that, and I'll wrap it up now. So, I think that's it for the week. Sorry for all the rambling, and you know, you guys have a great week. You know, work hard, play hard, have fun, but the most important thing is be healthy and happy because nothing we do in poker is worth a shit if we're not healthy and happy. So that's it. Take it easy, guys.